Hello? I'm feeling like we're successful. Let's go back to the chat. Can you hear me now? Yes. All right. So you missed my whole story. Thank you for letting me know. It's funny more so because I just was talking about how right before, this is the story you didn't hear anything about, so I got all set up and I opened and did everything in YouTube and then closed the window for YouTube Studio, which was stressful because then I couldn't figure out how to hit the go live button and where this is in YouTube because it's not there. So I took some time. And then I was giving you tech tips so that if you accidentally close a window because I couldn't figure out how to get there, I just did on my Mac Command-Shift-T. And it opened up all my closed windows from today until I found it. And that's how I hit go live. And then, that was a little stressful. I was like, what do I do? This is very technical for me. But all that to say, we have it figured out. And technical problems happen. As much as I kept my cool there, as you guys all saw my face. That's what I want you guys to do with the AP test if you have any issues. I did that on purpose. No, but I figured out, whoever said check, I checked OBS, and for some reason I saw nothing on my mic, so then I said, changed the mic to be, instead of the default, the internal, which is the default. So it's fine. We're here. We are good to go. But all that to say, we are in the final week of AP Review Olympics. Wanted to give a few quick notes as we're getting started of things that we need to talk about the AP test. And then we're going to get into our final Unit 6 review. You guys see the scoreboard right there for our current leaders. And so I just want to make note of a few quick things that are happening to people that have already started the AP exam and problems they're running into so that we, at the tail end of all the AP tests, can be ready for that and avoid those different things. So here's just my post-it note of things that I'm going to relay from what I've been seeing between our AP World Facebook group, Twitter, and other things that people are talking about things. So, number one, here are some of the issues that people are having. I don't think this will be a big deal for us unless you're handwriting. I don't know. Anyone handwriting? Throw that in the chat. Because we probably are going to type more than we're going to handwrite. But if you are going to handwrite and you use a Apple product, the default format in your phone, if you have an Apple phone, is HEIC, which is not able for you to upload to the AP test. So that's a problem, right? So you would have to, if you decide to write it by hand and you're using an Apple device, then you need to email it to your computer, which seems like, why wouldn't you just write it on a computer then? Or there is, and I don't have it handy, I should have had it handy. There is a way in your settings on your phone to change your default format to JPEG compared to HEIC. So there's that. If you were going to take and handwrite it and upload with a phone, that's one thing. Number two, for some people's browsers are out of date. I feel like Chrome is like the browser to use. And so if you are out of date, which mine, I see the little update symbol there, and depends on your school, if it's a school-issued Chromebook, all that to say, update your browser on Chrome, which if you normally hit the three dots, mine just says update Google Chrome right there, but to update your browser to make sure that you are the most recent browser for whatever you're using. They have been having some issues with Internet Explorer, but really, who uses it? Who uses IE these days? So be aware of that. The difference between copying and pasting and cutting and pasting, copy and paste is the way to go, just so you guys know. Command-C or Control-C, Control-V is the shortcut for those. Making sure that when you do copy and paste that you guys are adding that your AP ID, which is in myap.org or whatever the website is, to find that. And you could already start a Google Doc or whatever doc you're using. Oh, they're also having some issues with Pages if you're using an Apple product. Just not loving the Apple or the Internet Explorer. But all that to say, you could pre-start a document that you're going to use, add your Apple ID, don't do that, your AP ID to the top and your initials like they want you to do. I just got an email from one of my students, Emily, who said something about like, you want to make sure that copies too. And I said, yes. And then I thought, I told them to put it in a header. And I bet you when you copy everything, a Control A or Command A, it doesn't probably get your headers. And you need that in there. So make sure that's there too, okay? And last thing, just because I've been grading lots of DBQs for my own students, all that to say, double check whenever you get a DBQ prompt that you are checking the verb or like the theme verb that's in the prompt. So what did we do? We did the one, like if we talked about the video I did, we did effects, and it was pretty clear about effects from that one. And we know that the type of historical thinking skill there would have been causation, cause or effect, right? We did the Portuguese Dbq. I don't know if anyone did that one, because we did. It was last year's DBQ. We shortened it down to 5 docs, and we just did that one in my class, which is what I've been grading. And it uses the word transformed in the prompt. Gotta think. And the word transformed, what they were looking for was a change theme, and a lot of people wrote effects for my class, which may work, but I think they were really looking for what changed in the Indian Ocean, right? Which could be the one that people got tripped up. So they were going for a change over time, right? Or continuity. And so you could argue that it wasn't changing that much in the Indian Ocean. And so I have been reading lots of Portuguese DBQs, and all that to say, people are talking about effects of the Portuguese, which effects sometimes are changes, and it kind of gets a little gray there. But I just want you to pay extra special attention in the prompt of your DBQ when you write it for what the prompt is asking, because we don't want you to be all off. And so think of synonyms. If you see things like transformed, then you're going for changes. If you're seeing words like differed or similar, like the practice DBQ, if anyone did that one on the college board that they went live, the first one with Mr. Logero, he did one that had the word differed in it. And some people were doing that practice one and just handing it in so I could give feedback to me. And that one, you wanted to look for differences or similarities. And so a lot of people just talked about what the people did, but didn't frame their essay around differences or similarities. Okay, so just so that you're aware, think through those prompts and what is in there, and really take the time to read the prompt, break down the prompt, and make sure you're writing your essay on the right thing, because that's the ball game this year. And I really do feel confident that you guys are going to do well. If you haven't been around and you're just joining us today, before we get into the games, highly recommend this sheet. If you're printing this or using this on your own to pre-plan your DBQ, I would spend some time pre-planning. When I did this one, I did literally, I just took notes on the first part here and looked for ones that I wanted to do happy analysis. For the Portuguese, I did the literally have it right here. I literally filled out the top parts and which ones I wanted to do happy on, which would have been 1, 2, and 3. I think that you would spend more time on doing that. And then I didn't really even write the thesis, because that's when I just started writing on my actual document. So I would not spend too much time writing a lot on here. This is like your cheat sheet. It's like literally for document 5, because I see some of you guys talking about it, box. That's all I wrote. Number 5, box. And that's all I don't need to write a ton of notes about that document. I wrote in document 4, port requires pass, meaning Portuguese required a pass. That's all I needed to do. If you're looking for this, as Claire just said in the chat, In my DBQ, How to DBQ 2020 video, this is in the description where you guys could do that, okay? You can make your own too on loose leaf if you just looked at this. But it also at the bottom of this sheet has like the points on the DBQ that you need to go for. And as I keep reading them, I feel like I'm getting better at this. I still think that the places, and this is a little bit different from my video that I said for the DBQ, I think most people can get the argument points if you keep tying your documents back to your argument, right? Using phrases like this shows, an example of this is, and tying it back to your argument and using the documents to prove that, so the evidence. Using 4 documents, because again, if you can use 4 documents and prove your argument, you have, again, 3 points, right? If you put your thesis together and it's the same argument, you have 4 points just by using the documents. And then from there, I think if you can use those and really prove an argument with 4 documents, then you're kind of like, what's your strengths? Because then you could do context, which gains you another point. You could do happy analysis, which could gain you 2 more points if you got that successful. And then you have outside evidence. I think, besides the unicorn point, outside evidence for people seems to be the hardest points to get in my DBQs that I'm seeing from my own students. And so if I were to extrapolate that, I would say that could happen for y'all. But I think that try to figure out what that would look like for you, okay? And again, if you have good notes, again, one of my students were talking about this, if we should organize our notes. Heimler has a video that talks about organizing it by themes. And I think that's really up to you and what works for you. I kind of think it's just easier personally, because that's how I made them, but taking my 6 videos for this year, and you have a notes sheet for each of them filled out, ready to go, whether that's digital or paper, right? You could also, instead of opening them all up, right, you could have a document with links to each of them, Unit 1, Unit 2, and then you could read the prompt and then open the ones that are based on that. So you don't have a gazillion tabs unless you live in that world, and you can do a gazillion tabs. So have the pre-planning DBQ doc in one tab. You can have your doc ready to go with your AP ID and your initials ready to go. And you could do that. And I think too, like, you could kind of like guess and write some sample contextualizations maybe. And then see if it's pertinent to your prompt. It's good practice, and that'd be sweet if you had a whole bunch of them based on whatever topics it could be. Who knows? That wouldn't be a terrible idea, would it? I don't know if that's... There you go. So, last question, is the Practice DBQ still available on the College Board? Dana, yes, that is true. If you go to the Advanced Placement channel, go to their playlist, find the World History Modern playlist, and then what you can do you can go in there and then you could watch, there's a sample one, and then there's a sample 2, but after 1, which is the one with Mr. Logereau, then there's another one that has AP readers talking about it, and I felt like that was super useful to hear them talk about it, and it brought me even to the next level. So, I have no idea what's going on here. Dan, are you famous in another world? Because that's exciting. And to answer Aaron's question about the DBQ, we do not know how many points you need to pass, because it's kind of a sliding scale, but not curved, as they say. I think a solid score to get passing, which again, I have no authority because I don't know, and it's not been written yet. I would say to shoot for 5 and above would be a solid score. So, I think 5 and above would get you, I think a 5 would get you a 3, but I could be wrong, right? Maybe it's even less. So, there you guys go. I recommend that you type it to answer that other question. So, all that to say, those are just some things coming up as other people have been taking the test. I think you guys are doing great work in preparing. This is our last live stream with a game for the competition. This is what's going to happen from there is... I know I'm going to then tally the scores from how we do today. There's going to be 2 ways we're going to gain points for your team today. Kind of a scoreboard kind of aspect of who does the best in the game. But then there's some other points available for teams that have good showings, which you can't really control, as well as just some bonus things as well along the way. Then I will add that together. I love when I assign the points and never look at the scoreboard until afterwards. And that's what we're going to do. And then you can play the game if you're an A-push, because you don't put a team number in. But the biggest deal is this. I'm going to have awards, if you will, a closing ceremonies for the Olympic Games. And I will announce kind of both the leaderboard podium people and I'll send out some emails about this. I will try to send you guys some, like an email if you're in the podium, because I'd love to get you guys so I can take a picture and kind of highlight some people there. So that would be fun. Otherwise, besides that, I would like to do kind of like a night before the test or 2 days before the test, kind of a quick tips beyond like what I put in my video, top 10 tips. And then I'm going to do, which I found super fun last year, which is like an unboxing question and like going over once they release the DBQ 48 hours after the test, for me to go through and what I thought of it and whatnot. So, lots of talk of cheating. Don't cheat, guys. I think it's mostly joking, but still. So you're not cheating. That's it. So, the points of all these Olympic Games, if you haven't been here before, is from over 7 weeks, technically, of games that we've been playing on Wednesday afternoons at 3. So we're going to see which team actually is the winner after today. Okay. So also want to give some like shout outs for some teams or individual players that we saw along the way as well. So you might get an email from me for that. Otherwise, that's about it, guys. It's been fun reviewing with you. Let us jump in to Unit 6 today as we review. I put out that video on Monday. If you haven't watched it or you would like to review again, I would make sure you watch that video to kind of get ready. I told my students this just because someone put it in a chat at one point, but it's this. If I were to guess a topic, this is me just like me pointing at the outfield and picking a DBQ topic. If I were to guess what the topic would be, drum roll if you will, I would say it might be about land-based empires, because I haven't seen a DBQ on that topic in a very long time. So that means Ottoman, Safavid, Mughal, and maybe even prior to that and leading to that. Like the land empires, basically. So Unit 4 was Maritime Empires, and there is going to be, there was a DBQ kind of about that. I mean, like if we looked at Maritime Empires, we talked about the syncretism in Latin America DBQ. We have seen DBQs about imperialism, like both the sample one and then the Scramble for Africa have been official DBQs before. But besides that, like I just don't remember ever seeing recently, I could be wrong, I'm trying to think back, of one about land-based empires and kind of how states expand and maintain their control. I think there could be a really cool comparison. Back in the day with an LEQ, there was one that compared how the Spanish and the Ottomans controlled their empires, one being a maritime, one being a land-based empire. Thinking of like systems like Devshirme with the Ottomans, and thinking about the systems that they used in the Americas, right? So that's just my like guess. It's me like trying to pull one out of saying, hey, this. And to answer your question, yes, everyone will have the exact same topic, whether you are waking up at 3 a.m. to do this internationally, or you're in the U.S. and you're in the central time zone and taking it 1 p.m. on the 21st next week. So I don't know. That's just my guess. If I was thinking of something, I could be totally wrong. But that feels like it's in the middle of like everything we learned, so you could easily kind of go either way, and they can hit multiple times depending on empires and maintaining control, kind of a political or cultural side of thing. Who knows? Okay? But otherwise, I think you guys would be, Fiveable has a prompt about land-based empires? Interesting. So, who knows? But I just haven't seen an official AP prompt about that topic in a long time. We had trade, which would be the Portuguese one. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Study all this stuff. You have like so much less to study with only 6 units. I mean, a normal year would be 9. And quite frankly, for our friends that have been in AP World before and you're missing it, we had like history from 8000 BCE to present. So you have like so much less history to study. Oh, let's play the game. Whew. Let us go. Let me find the Quizlet. So join with your, let me make sure this is all good to go, classic version. We're doing quizzes today. I will put this on the screen how to get in to the game. You do, as you guys are saying there, be there 30 minutes early because you have to fill out some information about yourself, that you're not going to plagiarize, you're not going to cheat. Heimler did a thing about like cheating as in like a joke. There's lots of sarcasm, if you didn't catch that, about why you should cheat, which is sarcasm. Okay, so check all that out. Police alert in Appleton. All right, joinmyquiz.com. Here is this 340204. What you're going to be doing when you add this, if you have not been around, you're just on the channel and you don't have a team number, you're just going to put your name in. No numbers needed. These people that are adding their names, that's going to be lovely. I'll mute that. Everyone that's adding their names, remember last time when I had no idea? There we go. Why I was making all those noises. So this is going to be our review of Unit 6, but we've learned so much along the way. Kind of enjoy the live stream. Also is working with our school to get ready for graduation. Because I don't know, like you guys, we're going to look at doing different things for graduation around the country, right? And so we're doing a virtual ceremony. And then we are going to hopefully do a live ceremony in August. That's kind of the goal, right? And so they were talking about how they want to do this virtual one. Meanwhile, the person that's actually on YouTube, I was like, guys, we need to not do like a Zoom webinar. Not that Zoom webinars would be bad, but we've never used the tool before. And the idea of having multiple people, I could just see, you know, some random administrator not unmuting their mic and everyone can't hear them. Who might talk? And then like it looks like this, like, you know, all the traditional Zoom calls, like super close. And I'm like, let's just pre-record this thing and make it super cool and high professionalism. So that's what we are doing there. As you guys are joining the game, people are finishing up on that. Just to make sure that you can use the internet, but you can't be like, you could technically Google things, but it's not going to be that helpful for you. If you want to look up a word, no problem. The problem is when you guys look up stuff, you plagiarize too easily, and then you would get a 0, which is tricky, right? So you can log in an hour before. I don't know if you'll be able to. So I would do 30 minutes before, and it's just filling out basically like I will not plagiarize and verify your birthday and those kind of things. You'll get an e-ticket to get in, to kind of put the code in as you get 2 days before. All right, let's check this out. Make sure we're ready to go here. Okay, we are going to play this. Good luck, my friends. I will do some less talking as we go through. This is at your own speed. Unit 6, my friends. Consequences of Industrialization. 5. We'll get our sound back on for fun. Here. Maybe not. Lots of answers coming on in. Good job, guys. Our early leaders. See 516 Reed, 864 Emmy, 913 Eleanor, 478 Melissa, and then I'll change by now. So Amberlyn, good job. Angus, good to see you back. Melissa, hello. So we'll take a little bit of time, and I'll stop talking while we're doing this. Maybe even hide my picture so I'm not awkwardly looking at you. Good luck. Just checking in here, my friends. If we are looking at the leaderboard so far in our game, 282. Amberlynn, nice work there. Overtaken right by Emmy, as I said that. She's back in the lead once again. 282. You guys are in 15th place, so this could bring you guys up significantly, coming in strong the last week here. 864 is currently in the lead, which is what Emmy is on, with the leaderboard, with our medal count and points. Another 864 with Yi Meng, so welcome. Second place is 913, which Claire, I keep seeing Claire, and I maybe Ellie was up there before. Keeps moving on here. Team 222. You guys are in 14th, but high on the leaderboard here. Logan, 635, faithful for all the weeks we've been here, is up on that leaderboard as well. Feel free, remember you will gain a higher score by getting it correct versus getting it wrong. So don't feel like you need to rush too much as you're going through this. I know that in the Gimkit world and Kahoot world, you want to get up there, but you also want to get it right, okay? So you can kind of see from the leaderboard how many people have gotten correct and incorrect as we kind of go through this. So noticing second place, Yi Meng on this board. Just kidding, you moved a little bit. Third place. Has few wrong, just is not as far on the test as some other people, which is going to shoot him up if he continues. I just assumed you were male, but I could be totally wrong too, as we're going through this. So keep up the good work. In 8th place, someone not on a team, welcome to this. If you from another team, I saw Felicity Smoke on there too. Glad she's joined us in this universe, so that's exciting. I feel like my husband right now is watching Flash upstairs, so that's fun. Carry on. Good luck, everyone. We're at 75% accuracy. We are in the home stretch, guys, as people are getting closer here. We'll probably give you about 5 more minutes. Okay? Then we are going to see where our leaders land in our challenge here. Some people are getting very close to the end. Currently, Amberlynn is in second after that last question. Nice job there. Our friend on 222. 222 and 282, 14th and 15th place. Making a showing here. A little bit of an upset for some of these other teams that are going for this. Oh, just kidding. You weren't done yet. I guess Amberlynn back in the lead here. We see that some people are finishing up, some taking our time a little bit longer, which is totally fine. I'm going to call her 3.5 minutes yet. Just scrolling on through our list here. We're at 76% accuracy. Solid. Room for improvement as well. Going to see who our... Oh, seems as though Claire has taken the lead. We've seen that name before as well. Dan, nice work. And 6th, Emmy, in 5th. Amber from 478, climbing up to 7th. Logan in 8th, Callie in 9th currently. Good work, everybody. Watching the clock here, my timer. Nathaniel from 405. That's California. I just know that from the highways there. 405. Climbing up to 7th place here. Ooh, David on 281. I was just going to say I haven't seen anyone in our third place team of 281 on the leaderboard. But David is climbing on up. Team 405 is in 11th. Currently on our big leaderboard. Ooh, we see another 281 on the top 10, if you will. All right, 1 minute warning for those that have been taken. Are we going to do another one? Wasn't planning on it. We could do the same one for a shortened speed round. If you really want, we'll let you guys weigh in less than a minute here. Waiting for the time. Whew. Only 27 of you are done. Of our 50. I'm waiting for my watch to change, and then I'm cutting you guys off. And then we'll do a speed round because you're nice and you asked. Oh gosh. I'm so good at math, I missed the clock. So here we go. Giving her the end game, last call. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. I don't feel like I hit it. Did I hit it? It's coming. I swear I hit the button, but I don't hear anyone answering, so there we go. Here we go. Here's our top 3 today for the first game here. Claire in first place, Amberlyn in second, and I will slaughter your name. You should give me a phonetic spelling because I want to pronounce it correct. From team 222 in third. Oh, there we go. All right, so if we were to do a quick little review on things that we are seeing here of some issues, a toughest question, as we're kind of looking at our different scores here. Let's see if I can look at it on this screen without going into reports. We're going to do this real quick. And then we'll do one speed round, just because it's only 3:45. I feel like nothing's clicking when I click on it. There we go. So if we were to review all of them, I don't want to review all of them. We're 82% accuracy here. So we're going, why is nothing clicking, guys? And we are looking, this one we didn't do so good. Which of the following best characterizes Western imperialist expansion, right? They say the unprecedented amount of territory colonized in such a short period of time with the scramble for Africa will be the correct answer as we're looking at that. Not necessarily during this time that we're seeing they're trying to create self-sufficient economies. As we're looking at some of those answers is kind of incorrect. 2 seconds people are taking there. This one we were doing pretty good there. Very good on that one. Just going to look at a few of them. Efforts in industrialization in Russia and Japan were similar in that they both followed the termination of long-term established institutions. So they had been around for some period of time. We will see that Russia will not really adopt Western practices, which is why that one is what most of you guys put. But Japan will after Matthew Perry opens the ports there. It's going to be very state-directed in Russia. We've talked about that kind of in the last unit, but we're going to see that all these countries that imperialize or industrialize seem to imperialize afterwards. So connect the dots between those two. If you have a prompt about either, make sure context you throw the other one in there. Trying to see which ones we got a little bit lower. I'm not going to go through all of them, don't worry. Just trying to see these. Ethiopia, they're the ones that maintain their control. You guys know the Berlin Conference. Ooh, the reason you guys got this one wrong. Remember, the reason why they called the Berlin Conference is so that European nations didn't fight against each other. And they were not able to bring all of Africa under their control because Liberia and Ethiopia maintained their independence. So the goal of the Berlin Conference was to get all Europeans around the table because of growing nationalism, so that would not cause wars back in Europe. So remember, they had been recovering from other wars in, the decades, even centuries before that. Napoleonic Wars and other different things and wars of independence. So otherwise, I wish I could just go to the most incorrect ones. Really easy here. But those are some of the ones that we are looking at. We'll do one speed round that we will start here that will go 10 minutes only. Okay? I just have another call. So 10 minutes. Actually, it's probably going to be like 8, so I can say goodbye at the end. An 8-minute game, okay? So, because you guys asked. So, here you guys go. Play again. Maybe. I don't know why I can't push any buttons. I swear I'm clicking on these things. Play again. Play again. Should I just exit? Nope, there it goes. So this will count for team score as well. Game 2. Some bonus. How'd you know? Oh, everyone is still in, it looks like, unless you jump out. No one needs to join. If you're not in, you can rejoin, but it seems as though a lot of you guys are in. 656-150. 22 people are already in. Joinmyquiz.com. This is 14 points. I love when you guys tag me because I totally do see that differently on here. For your team score for the speed round, if you're still around, because why not? Okay, 8 minutes on the clock for some additional points to see how you guys do and reviewing, because it doesn't hurt to review. I also really think those Quizlet decks will make you guys like really feel confident with just different content. So when you guys get this, more opportunities for outside evidence. I don't think you should really rely on notes or the internet that much. I think it's more of a glance for seconds, not really look through things. And make sure you use like your entire time, minus the 5 minutes for uploading it. 45 minutes. Cutter. Because it's not worth it if you have any issues. And some people are having issues with uploading, and I don't want that to stress you out. So make sure you get a confirmation screen also when you do submit your test, because I guess that's a big deal. And if you do not get a confirmation screen, I would work for the technical assistance of, really sadly, the retake. All right, 8 minutes on the clock. Here you guys go. Good luck, second round. I already hit start and it's not working. Come on, computer. Really, I think it's quizzes, not my computer. Good luck. Golden. Already a higher percentage than last time because you've seen these questions, meaning you're learning things. And I'm going to mute my other computer. Good luck, everyone. It's fine if you guys have two of the same ones as long as you're in. If you're not in, you can still join. Different name or close to that. Refresh your screen, that'll work too. Some of you guys, it seems like we're still in the game, so when I said play again, it didn't kick you out. Good luck. Multitasking here. We see some familiar names on the leaderboard, but we also see some new ones up there, so nice work. Five minutes left. Put you guys on the gram while we're at it too. You guys are famous now. Not really. I don't have that big of an Instagram followership. I like that long title for your name up there. All right, if we're looking at our leaderboard here with approximately 4 minutes to go, more like 3-ish, we see 282 Amberlyn still in the lead. Familiar face, 222. Did we give me a pronunciation? I feel so bad that I'm not giving you your name here. 281, Twan, if that's correct. Callie, Logan, oh, lots of familiar names. Reed, good work, guys. That noise was in our basement, but... All right, 3 minutes or less. I don't have a second hand. Much higher percentage this time. I like this accuracy I am seeing, making me feel as though you are learning new things. Two-minute warning. I feel like 281 and 282 are from the same school because I put numbers like each other next to each other. I just don't know where you guys are at. I don't have that sheet open right now. Just like 9, 13, 14, and 15 are all from Appleton. Different schools for 915 from 913 and 912. 1 minute warning. "30 seconds and we're calling her, okay?" "10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the games are wrapped up after it actually notices that I hit endgame. Let's see what happens here. It's a quick one at the end. Still thinking. It says we have 100% accuracy right now. That's awesome. Waiting for the leaderboard to come on up. Quizzes, come on. Leg all day. I'm afraid to hit refresh, guys, because who knows what's happening. There we go. All right, third place, Twan, with leg, so I need a new name. Logan and Amberlyn in the top 3. Nice job, guys. I will be doing some pulling of the reports from here and see how we do here as we download the results and get you guys good. Good game, everybody. Good luck studying. Highly recommend that you guys check on out all 6 videos, the DBQ practice. I really, little Allen Iverson kind of diss here, but practice is so important, guys. In that, I don't even know if you know who Allen Iverson is anymore, but like you guys just need to keep doing DBQs. Like just get used to the time frame, get used to the rush, see what it's like, and then go from there, okay? The more you practice, the more confident that you're going to be. My students have been trying to push them to do the same thing. You are going to gain from the experience of actually having to write them, okay? So practice, practice, practice. I will send out another email that basically will go through when we're going to go through our closing ceremonies of the games and give you guys some updates on the teams and how that all works out with the score reports that I pull from downloaded results and quizzes. And then go from there and give you some final good lucks before the test. So if you're not on my email that I send out and you've never gotten emails from me and you're on one of these top, 10 teams, and you feel like, hey, this could have been our day to really kind of pull into the lead, make sure you drop me an email, Gerges, Gorges, Stephanie, no E, Stephani. I really have an E, but it's not in my email, at aasd.k12.wi.us. And make sure that I maybe couldn't email your school ones because some schools blocked me. So every week I get a lovely little message when I send out the emails. But I will send out the score reports that way. And for some of you guys, how that will work. I see tagging me, copy and paste, I think is your best option for the test. But if you really want to handwrite, it's still an option for you. And we'll go through all those things. Thanks for joining the last weeks. We've made it. We're almost there, guys. Okay? So thank you so, so much, my friends. It's been real fun. And we'll see you for the closing ceremonies and some shout outs along the way. But look for my emails and kind of go from there. Okay? Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.